Welcome back. So we are talking about deep ecology model ethics, and its proponent was Arne Næss, a Norwegian. In 1973, Arne Næss found that word called deep ecology just to differentiate from shallow ecology of dominion, stewardship, creation-centered approach model ethics, how shallow they were, and he differentiated by stating that shallow model ethics are concerned about pollution, depletion of resources, and fixing of greenhouse gases. So there is all the time instrumental value is highlighted in that framework. All the time instrumental value stands out when we do some activity to protect the environment. But in deep ecology, there is no such thing as instrumental value rating. They are only intrinsic value. The deep ecology sees the richness of Mother Nature and the diversity and the beauty of Mother Nature, intrinsic value of all. And also, as I told you, here there is no exploitation of nature. In shallow models, you can take it. We call it sustainable way of using resources. Lot of excuses are made. Philosophies are made, theologies are made, excusing human interest. And still they are anthropocentric. But here there is no anthropocentrism, deep ecology, because everybody is equal. Humans are not special creatures. Arne Næss rejected that notion that humans, they have brain, so they are special creatures. They have intellect, they have got neocortex, highly developed brain, so they are superior beings. No, he rejected that. No. Even mosquito has its own brain. His head is full of brain. Even microscopic bacteria has brain. Everybody has a brain and intellect. Only you don't understand that. So that is not nature problem, that is human problem. So he rejected that humans, you are equal with other creatures. That is why he calls species equivalence model ethics. So he says that ecosophy or deep ecology is a philosophy of ecological harmony and equilibrium. It brings balance. We recognize that we are part of the chain. We are one link in the big chain of evolution. Arne Næss rejected any idea that humans were more important because they had a soul. So far I have been talking about they had brain and intellect. Now the things are getting more complicated. Now they say we have a soul. Use reason or have consciousness. That's why we are special and superior creature. Næss rejected all that. No, it's all rubbish. No, I don't accept with that. So nature does not exist to serve humans. Humans are simply a part of nature, and all species have a right to exist for their own sake, regardless of their usefulness to humans. Yeah. I mean, here, I think Catholic Church will have a problem. Yes, Christianity will have a problem here. So here, it is too extreme. Too extreme. Deep ecology model ethics can end up against Christianity sometimes. If you go too extreme, you will become a heretic. You will become an agnostic. You will be risking your own self. Probably you will be kicked out. You will be suspended. You will be thrown out if you engage too much in a deep ecology model. There are risks here. Creation-centered approach model is very safe. Very safe. You know, Pope Francis is he is using creation-centered approach model ethics when he writes Laudato Si. Here and there, he comes to deep ecology model ethics. Yes, he nibbles. He just comes and he stays for some time. Again, he jumps back to the safety of the creation-centered approach model ethics. Many times, he breaches the border of deep ecology model ethics. He comes, when he talks about Francis of Assisi, he stays longer in deep ecology model ethical line. In Laudato Si, you can find it. Beautifully he writes. Pope Francis is very safely handling the concept of deep ecology model ethics. I know very well, you Salesian theologians, I have full confidence in you that you are intelligent lot, and you will use deep ecology model ethics in a benign way, not end up in risky situation. So don't go extreme. Limit yourself according to the teachings of Christianity, according to the teaching of the church, and about the teachings of seminary guidelines, and also teaching of your own congregation, Salesians. So you need to be subjected to all these screenings. So I warn you at the very beginning of deep ecology model deliberations, be careful with this model. Okay, deep ecology was born in Scandinavia, that is Norway. Scandinavian countries include Norway, Sweden, Denmark, and Finland. They are known as the Scandinavian countries. I mean, deep ecology word was coined not by Arnes alone. He had another two of his colleagues, Sigmund and Niels. Three of them are mountaineers. You know who is the mountaineer? One who climbs mountains. So Arnes was a mountaineer, Sigmund was a mountaineer, Niels was a mountaineer. These people came in 1970s to India to climb Everest. They attempted the Everest summit, and they found some people there known as the Sherpa people. Sherpa. They are Nepali people, those who live around Mount Everest. They are tribal people, and they are sort of guides. You know, Hillary and Densing, you must have heard about those two people, those who reached to the Everest summit in 1950s. You know them, no? One is Hillary, another one is Densing Norgay. He was a Nepali Sherpa. He belonged to that Sherpa culture, and he was a guide, one who guided Hillary, one who came from New Zealand. Hillary was the New Zealand mountaineer, a man one who reached to the top of the Everest, and he set a historical record. So that Sherpa people, they had a deep respect for mountains and the mountainous environment. And some mountain peaks are considered very sacred. So the Sherpa people will not go on to the top of the mountain. They will never venture out on those mountains. They will not take a foreigner, okay, let us go and climb that mountain. They won't do that because those mountains are very sacred for them. They will not put their foot on the top of the mountain. It will be a sacrilegious action. So, Arnes and his friends Sigmund and Niels, they have learned from Sherpa people how to show respect, basically, to the abiotic parts of the world, that is to mountains. So all three shared a passion for the great mountains. On a visit to the Himalayas, they became impressed with the aspects of Sherpa culture, particularly when they found that their Sherpa guides regarded certain mountains as sacred and accordingly would not venture onto them. Subsequently, Arnes formulated a position which extended the reverence the three Norwegians and the Sherpas felt for mountains to other natural things in general. Actually, Arnes first he cultivated respect for mountains, and then he extended that position to other parts of the natural world, to trees and to animals, to soil and to water. So today it is known as the deep ecology. It's a beautiful subject. In biggest universities like Oxford, Harvard, other famous universities, deep ecology subject is being taught. Many people study ecosophy. It's a different name, but still it is the philosophy of Arnes. It is a very, very valuable subject today. Students value it. But for us, it is little, we can use it with caution, yes. Some parts of deep ecology, we can't use it in Christianity. All right, here, the shallow ecology movement, as Ness calls it, is the fight against pollution and resource depletion, the central objective of which is the health and affluence of people in the developed countries. See there, he is writing very openly about the instrumental value of nature. See, the health and affluence of people in the developed countries. That is what shallow ecology movement is doing. Still anthropocentric. We still value human as a somewhat important person. And we need to protect humans more than other parts of the natural world. So that's why he is again and again calling it a shallow ecology. Especially the affluent people, that means rich people, they have more rights. They think that they are worthy than others, as if they are born with special rights. They consider themselves they are more human than others. So that is what R.N.S. is stating. The deep ecology movement, in contrast, endorses biospheric egalitarianism. Biosphere means it is a living part of the world, the biotic, okay? Biospheric egalitarianism, that means all species are equal. That is what deep ecology movement is stating. But in shallow ecology, rich people are very special. Also in religion also we have no bishops are special, priests are special. In politics, the members of the legislative assembly are special, members of parliament is more special, we are more worthy than the others, that kind of philosophy. But here, all are equal in biosphere. It is known as the biospheric egalitarianism, the view that all living things are alike in having value in their own right, independent of their usefulness to others. The deep ecologist respects the intrinsic value, taking care, for example, when walking on the mountainside, not to cause unnecessary damage to the plants. Even when they walk, as a mountaineer, when he climbs, if there is a plant existing, they try to avoid and they walk avoiding the plant, not to step on it. Of course, they wouldn't step on living creatures. You know the religion called Jainism. The Jaina monks, they walk with peacock feathers during the rainy times. During the monsoon times. They walk with the peacock feather, they wipe out the ground on which they walk. Because if they don't wipe the ground when they walk, there's a chance of killing some insects. So Jaina monks are very, very particular that they wouldn't like to kill or harm because they are practitioners of ahimsa, non-violence. So Jainism comes from India, was born in India. Mahavira, he was not the founder, he was one of the Tirthankaras, one of the reformer of Jainism. He was born in Bihar, a place called Vaishali. That is the native place of Mahavir, who is the reformer of Jainism. The Buddha and Mahavira are contemporaries, the same century they were born, that is 5th century BC. Buddha was born in Kapilavastu in ancient India, but today it is in Nepal. And Mahavira was born in Vaishali, today's Bihar. So these people, they were really talking about deep ecology, moral ethics, showing compassion to the biotic and abiotic world. That is what Buddha taught. And Mahavira taught that we should not hurt any animal or plant and leave them to flourish. Such a lofty teaching from the ancient sages of India. India has given it all. Our ancestors taught good stuff, good stuff. Our ancestors were deeply involved in deep ecology, model lifestyle. And somewhere something went wrong and India lost it. Lost it. As the part of our renewing or renewal, we need to revision and reinterpret and reread these great writings, and we have the responsibility and obligation to educate ourselves and educate the future generations. That is the mission we should do. There is no exemption. This is the last paragraph on deep ecology, model ethics. Inspired by Spinoza's metaphysics, another key feature of Arness's deep ecology is the rejection of atomistic individualism. Already you lost it, isn't it? What the heck, atomistic individualism? What the heck is that? That is nothing. It's a very simple. It is the atomistic individualism means affluent people, rich people, those who have a certain lifestyle, those who consider that they are worthy, more worthy than the others. All right? They are atomistic individuals. You know, bishops know, for example, because we are in Christianity, you understand much better when I give example of bishops. Bishops think they are special, worthy humans. They are more than priests. Okay? More than priests. And priests think they are more than people. So, when I think I am a more than people, I am a priest, I become an atomistic individual. If I am a bishop, if I think I am more worthy than the priest, then I become atomistic individual. So Salesians, you think you are better than diocesan priest, poor priest I am. If you think Salesians are worthy than others, you become atomistic individual. So that is what Arness is meaning. So there are a lot of fractions, fragmented groups. They consider themselves atomistic individual. For example, Americans, they consider that we are special people and all other countries should produce and send the stuff to us. We give you money. So India makes sandals for them. India makes underwear for them. India makes medicines for them. All the good stuff they send to America, all the bad stuff they give to India. Because they are atomistic individuals. So, our Arness rejects these groups. There are no such people known as special people. No, we are all equals. The idea that a human being is such an individual possessing a separate essence, Ness argues, radically separates the human self from the rest of the world. Yeah. When you think that you are a special individual, automatically you separate yourself. You fragment yourself. And you think that you are more worthy than others. It's a delusion. It's a delusion. It's not a reality. When a priest thinks that he is more worthy than people, it's only delusion or illusion or maya. There is no real proof to prove that. It is just an illusion. When a bishop thinks he is more worthy than a priest, it's a delusion. When Pope thinks he is more worthy than others, it's a delusion. When the Prime Minister, President, members of the Parliament, when rich people like Ambani or Adani or Murdoch, anybody think that we are rich people, we are more worthy than others, it's delusion. It's an illusion. That is not true. We are all equals. Pope Francis always talks in Italian Siamo uguali, siamo uguali. Siamo uguali means we are all equal. Whether humans, bishops, laity, priests, even nature, animals and plants, we are all equals. We are equals. Siamo uguali, siamo uguali. That is amazing. Here he comes to deep ecology model, ethics. Deep ecology model ethics. To make such a separation not only leads to selfishness towards other people, but also induces human selfishness towards nature. Yeah. It is extreme selfishness. When you treat humans, when you treat yourselves among humans, that I am higher than the other human person, I am in a higher position, I am a bishop, I am a priest, I am a pope, I am a cardinal, I am a MP, I am a MLA, I am a rich man, I am a high caste. I mean, you are separating yourself. Then how would you treat nature? You are treating your own fellow humans so bad, but how would you treat nature? You will not treat it better. You will treat nature worse. When you consider you are more worthy than other human beings, naturally you will consider, I am more worthy than the rock. I am more worthy than a soil or a mosquito or a snake or a plant or acacia tree or a Parthenian plant or eucalyptus. So that is what Ness is telling. As a counter to egoism, at both the individual and species level, Ness proposes the adoption of an alternative relational total field image of the world. That is a big word, relational total field image. According to the relationalism, organisms, human or otherwise, are best understood as knots in the biospheric net. I want to show you, illustrate you with a small demonstration here. Can you see the net here? Yeah, the best example will be volleyball net. I don't have a volleyball net here. But today evening, you go and find out the volleyball net. But you bring the volleyball net to the third hour. After this lesson, one of the brothers, get me the volleyball net to the class. I want to demonstrate and illustrate what total field image is all about. So this is a total field image. Can you see the knots here? You don't see anything, isn't it? Okay. This is a black pouch or a black mat in which you see a total field image. You know it is a net, but you see as one. It is not fragmented. But when I come near, you see the knots. You see the knots. So now, Ness is telling us that each creature, each being, whether abiotic or biotic, they are knots like this. That's why he called web of life. This is the web. So this is a total field image. You don't see anything. Only in the close-up you find that everything is connected. That is the point. Everything is connected. If you snap out one connection and you became separated, the whole web suffers. The whole web is damaged. It is so important. So that is what Ornesis is telling. So volleyball net is the best example. You can see very clearly the knots. So you are the knot. I am the knot. And we are going to stay as knots. We are not going to stay as nuts. We are not going to separate, and we are going to, you will not be a participant anymore. You are evicted out from the game of life, and you become a vagabond, exile. That is the good word. If you snap out from this web, you become an exile. You don't belong to Mother Nature. So deep ecology model ethics illustrates this net as a model to understand how important each knots are. In the process of understanding knots, and also it helps us to understand the total field image of the mat. This cosmos is 15 billion years old. It is not like 100 years, 200 years, or 2 million years, or 1 billion years. 15 billion years old. Our planet Earth is 4.5 billion years old. You did not weave this web. Nature did this web. We did not do it. Mother Nature did it. And we are part of the web. And we should never try to destroy or damage this web. All right, let us stop here and go to the PowerPoint presentation, and let us read and finish it. The identity of a living thing is essentially constituted by its relations to other things in the world, especially its ecological relations to other living things. If people conceptualize themselves and the world in relational terms, the deep ecologists argue, then people will take better care of nature and the world in general. So that concludes our discussion on deep ecology model ethics. Thank you, and you can go out and have some good time.